just going to do a quick check on the perimeter fence, make sure it's all okay, and also kind of see where the flat areas are, where we can actually kind of clear out some of that area, get some grass to grow. So let's go do that right quick. Some of this stuff out. There's some tires, old tires piled up. We're actually going to put them tires down the ravines where it's been washing out, put 2 or 3 of them together, and kind of help some of the erosion from that, kind of build up some soil in other parts of the property, because it goes downhill, I don't know, probably about 25-30 feet out. But either way, this would be a good spot for grass to grow. So let's go check some more. Look at all this baby grass growing already. We didn't even put any hay back here. Got a bunch of it growing. Now that tree I don't like. Right here. You guys know exactly what's going to happen there, don't you? That sucker's going to come right down on that fence if we don't cut that. So that's definitely going to be a project. Have to get a ladder or something out here and kind of cut some of these limbs down a little bit. That one there is definitely going to have to go. I don't like chasing cattle. This is actually the creek down through here, and before, a goat, it could actually go right underneath this because it's washed out so bad in so many different places. So I took some logs, which you can see one there, put them on the bottom side, and then leaves and muck and sand and all that just washing right up against there, and it's beefing up the ground. So eventually it's going to be beefed up over here, and it's going to be on the other side of the fence. It's going to be down a lot lower. But we're going to continue on that way, and there'll be a few more fences going across it, and it'll keep beefing them up too. So eventually this creek will be fairly flat down here in the bottom. It won't be, which is already starting. And we'll probably put some tires down through some of these bad washout spots to kind of help slow and build it up too. So alright, so you can see where the hill really starts coming down, about where these trees right here are. We'll probably start making a hedge line down through here. We're back up to where the gate is up here, where we came in at. So all this here, this all should be a pretty grassy area. You girls be good. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this pile of tires we got sitting over here. We got a few piles throughout the property. Now, them things you have to pay like $1 or $2 or something for somebody to haul them away. But there's other uses for tires. I mean, you can make tire swings and stuff like that out of them. But something else you could do is make them to help prevent washout spots. So we got a few washout spots, and some of these creeks we want to kind of beef up a little bit. It's pretty steep down inside there. So we're going to go ahead and get them tires placed in there for now, and then we'll have to go back later and we'll have to drive some stakes in them to kind of hold them in place, because otherwise they'll wash if you don't stake them. So so we'll just go ahead and do 3 for now. So what this is doing killing 2 birds with 1 stone. For 1, we're cleaning up the property, and 2, we're fixing up the property. So let's go put these up. So there's a washout spot on one side. Then we got this little bitty area here we could actually drive over where it ain't washed out too bad. And then right here, you can see it kind of kicks up again. That looks like a piece of old carpet or something somebody threw in there to kind of help. But obviously it didn't help too much because, I mean, it goes way on back through there. Just get a tire. Woo. Alright, I think we might be able to make this one work. Alright, what this is going to do, all these leaves and dirt and sticks are going to fill up in here on the end of it, and then once it fills up, it's going to start going inside there and it'll fill it up, and then after that it'll start spilling over. So from about this point this way, over time it will fill up again. Now this tire, it's starting to dry rot already. It's an old tire, been out in the weather for years. Now I won't have to stake this because, as you can see, the roots, it's going to hold this thing in place. It ain't going to go nowhere. But what we'll probably do is, we got some concrete pieces that are just laying up there close to the house. We'll probably go ahead and throw a few pieces in here. We might actually try to fit another tire in here. I think we could actually squish one in this area. And then it actually gets really deep on back, so we'll try to put a few more in. Now, I know some of you is like, you can't do that, that's bad for the environment. Guys, we ain't doing nothing different than what they would do at a landfill. This stuff's gonna be buried. Yeah, it may not be buried completely immediately, but it will be buried. I guarantee you by next year you come out here, you won't even be able to see these two tires. So we ain't doing nothing different that a landfill wouldn't do. So I rather use it to make my property better. So, but anyway, here we go. Whenever you smush them in like that, they ain't gonna go nowhere. Probably don't need no stakes, but I'll probably put one in that one anyway. Get this last one. Well, it's hard on Fat Boy. Ooh, what we got here? It's a little hummingbird nest. See it? Pretty cool. Oh. Ow. Alright, so we got a couple tires down there in the big hole. And all this here, within a couple of years, you shouldn't see any of these tires. These should be covered up fairly quick. And yes, guys, I am tired. This pile of trees and brush, it was actually up close about where this fence was, and I just kind of pushed it back. Now, if you notice though, on the other side, it is really hollowed out. It drops quickly. So with all this brush being up here the past, I don't know, 15 years, that's about how long it's been laying like that. Yeah, this stuff don't rot unless it's actually touching the ground, guys. Keep that in mind too. But by doing this, it actually allowed a barrier and allowed it to build up and keep it from washing out like it did down in through there. You got kind of like a little ravine going down through here. So threw 4 tires out. We're gonna take these tires and put them down there. We're gonna make like a U shaped. Put one there, put another one there, put another one up here, maybe on up. And then what we'll do is we'll probably get some logs or something and put it in behind them and in front of them, just to kind of help beef it up even more. Because we want to build this up significantly for driving purposes. We don't want to come through here in the snow and then slide off into this ravine. Now granted, there's brushes there now, but eventually we're going to get this all cleaned up, all this brush. So now you guys can stair step these too if you prefer, but this is not as steep. I mean, it is on the sides, but so let's say it was coming down this way, I guess. So you'll put the tire up like this. Let's say this is narrow. You can put another tire like that, and you can just keep stair stepping all the way up the creek, okay? But since this is such a wide bowl, you got to make like a U shape to catch it. So that's kind of nice there. We got a shrub. It kind of help hold that. Eventually this is going to build up, and it'll actually probably puddle eventually after it gets enough dirt and leaves and stuff piled up. But over time it'll keep building up, and then it'll just run over top. But now I'll have to go get some stakes to stake it. So I got a couple little stakes in there. It shouldn't take a whole lot. Now I didn't put none on there because you got the support of this tire, and then you got that brush. This one here's got the support of this tire, and there's a couple little saplings growing. I'm hoping it'll hold till then, but I think most of the water and everything, the pressure is going to be between these two, which them little stakes may not hold that well. We'll see, but I think it'll do fine. All right, I went back where we started, where I put them first 2 tires, and I'm on the other side of it now, actually in the woods, looking towards the pasture and the field. You can see how deep this is. So that's where that stump is down. That's probably about, what, 4 or 5 feet it goes down. And here, I mean, that's probably 5.5, 6 feet from where I'm standing to down to the middle of that. So what probably happened is, I know at one point in time, my ancestors, they was farming right here along the wood line, and that erosion just kept going. So my grandpa, he decided to leave a strip of grass, which he did, and kind of farm up, kind of help with that erosion, which it helped. But you can see here, looked like somebody threw a mattress at one time, and a barrel, and some other things. You see how bad it's washed out. Which more than likely my grandpa or one of my ancestors did that. Try to help stop the erosion. Kind of like what I'm trying to do now. So this is also how caves and stuff are made too. It washes out. See this leaning tree? So if it wasn't for up here, you can see where it's hitting another tree. This thing would already hit the ground probably a long time ago, but it is washed out really bad around there, and it kind of made a bend. It's washing out around it. So that tree, it actually saved it, and from about this point on, it's not near as, the ravine is not near as deep. It's maybe a foot at the most from this point on. So try to keep that in mind whenever you go, whenever you are going to clear and stuff. Don't clear cut every tree whenever you're going down a ravine, down a hill. Always leave your trees, leave your brush. Just clear where it's kind of flat up on top. And even then, I'd still leave a few trees. Unless you guys are planning on actually tilling it up. If you're going to till it up, I understand. But make sure it's a flat surface. Don't do it on a hillside or a slope. That's not a good place for it. And if you're looking for a property, and that's all you're wanting to do is just do crops and stuff, find flat areas. There's plenty of countryside, especially up north where I am. Even further up north, it's all flat up here, guys. up north Indiana and Midwest. So there's plenty of areas in the country where you guys can farm where it's flat land. Don't be buying woods just to clear cut it. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Chamberlain Family Farms. If you guys have any ideas or thoughts, or you guys just want to know about something in particular, let us know. We'll be happy to do it. See you next time. We hope you enjoyed watching Chamberlain Family Farms. You can contact us at chamberlainff@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook, Chamberlain Family Farms. We hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe.